There you go.
Heidi ho,
I
neighbors.
figured that shutting down and going and having a shower was better than what was about to happen.
Yeah, sometimes that can be the case.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, no hard feelings for anybody.
Correct, maybe.
If I hadn't walked away right then, I wouldn't have had any friends left by the time I shut down the panel. I would have completely went ballistic and just started attacking everybody because not because anybody specifically did anything for any reason, but kind of for the same reason I think this guy's a piece of trash is
Oh shit.
I really have very little tolerance. So this is kind of like what made me leave YouTube for 2.5 years when the thing happened with Bird, because it really wasn't about Bird. It was about the social dynamics of the people who come to my show and how they all get close to each other and then they have these personal issues and on and on and on. We've seen it time and time again. One perfect example is that old Joe guy with Dusty last year. He's like, "Oh, so I guess you don't want me to talk to you anymore then." All right, bitch, fuck off. Like, at what point, like, it's compounding, right? Like, I walked away for 30 seconds while I was boiling a kettle to make a cup of coffee. Zucchini came up here. I started arguing with my husband why he's being a dick. I come back, and then everything's chaos.
That was a joke. Okay, the alien, like him saying it was all your fault.
And then Mike saying, "Hey, this is your fault. You shouldn't be showing the Clinton depositions." I think he's joking around too, but I don't know who's joking around about what.
No,
I don't know the truth about anything. I'm just watching the video because it's a part of history, and I kind of do a news show on occasion. And this is news, right? I'm making shorts for my channel in real time. I'm doing production. I'm running a panel. I'm trying to hold everything together. And at the same time, I'm not even sure if I ate today at this point. I don't remember. Right? So like no one this is why I left YouTube, is the disrespect of the people on occasion. Not always and not all people. But and then two people are restreaming, right? Crack Baby's restreaming, Best restreaming. If we weren't restreaming on two other channels, I have no problem with us mud wrestling, right? But I have to respect other people's channels too. And if the F word comes out or the N word comes out or anything like that, all of a sudden now things are not working the way that we would normally want them to be. And then I'm trying to factor all this in, right? While I got the echo from the clips, because I forget to do the not share screen when I hit the clip, because a fight gets interrupted when the donation's announced, and then I forget that the window's open still, right? And it's on and on and on and on, and nobody has any respect for the panel host. And then so, you know, that's why panel hosts become tyrants. That's why Dusty has a inmate roster, right? Because when you make me come in here, I'm not saying anybody in particular, I'm just saying when the atmosphere is uninhabitable. Like I already said, if I wasn't getting some donations over the past 2 months, I wouldn't even be here, right? Because it would make it not worth it. It still doesn't make it worth it, not even close. But it helps compensate for StreamYard power consumption all the
Yeah, I get it.
A lot of different things that's going on, right? Having to listen to my husband complain because I didn't have food ready when he got off work, but he didn't say that he wanted food ready when he got off work. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sometimes he already ate a late lunch. I don't know, right? Like, if he all he would have had to do was message, but he's not actually complaining about that. He's complaining about because he just got off work and he's cranky, right? I'm trying to juggle all this different shit at the same time as I'm dealing with people's emotional issues, right? And Landry shows up, and then we got to. I'm sitting here thinking, oh, so when's he just going to say something stupid and leave, right? Should I just kick him right now? Is this funny or a waste of my time? That's why I said now I'm switching to Mike's side because now it's going to be Landry and Denizen against Mike. So now I'm switching to Mike's side, right? So, and then Mike leaves, and then he comes back right as I'm about to shut down, but I'm already like burn it all down angry. So I just walk away, right? I'm just like, all right, fuck it.
If I may.
I haven't showered since the night before last. It's been almost 2 days since I showered. So time to go shower, brush my teeth.
If I may, when you first came back, it's your fault. That was just joking.
I don't know.
I know we didn't.
I have no idea what's going on.
We didn't get the chance to let you in on the joke.
But I took it jovially and then moved on.
I know that. I'm just saying. From there,
I don't know.
From there, it fucking spiraled, and it's.
I don't even know.
Getting ridiculous when it's like panelists.
I'm half paying attention.
I get it. 10th. I get it.
I'm sorry that I'm my own producer and helping produce other people's channels as well, and trying to help everybody out. Not you. I'm saying to help. I'm trying to help everybody at the same time. Right?
Nobody's beating you up.
No, I'm not saying that. That's why I walked away, because this is one of those times where I understand where this ruling class comes from. Right? Is why wouldn't I treat everyone as if they are nothing but livestock when that's how you act? See, this is not that far from the truth.
I get it.
Right?
And
because you know why? Your equality is based on your worth. Deal with it. Fucking deal with it.
Yes.
So that's why I always supported Bird. And I said it was like having the Mountain off of Game of Thrones that goes around and invades a couple villages and pillages them once in a while. Is he does more good than bad. And yeah, he's a lunatic, but he's the lunatic you deserve, not the one that you want. And that's just the way it is. And so I'm kind of the same way, but I'm trying to be more reasonable lately because I don't like people being scared of me. So now we're going to move on to this, and then we'll see what happens. There's only an hour and a half left
thank
of
you
this.
very much.
I forgot.
No, I lied. An hour.
You went through Russia. You went through Russia.
And it's at 1.25, so less than an hour total left.
You're coming from Norway. Yeah.
And for your council, that's a total of 5 trips.
But just understand, ladies, I'm not mad at anybody. I just was not about to start screaming at everybody right at that moment. Now I'm ready to do so. Right? Remember how yesterday's panel went? Took me 12 hours to get through 4.5 hours. Now I got 12 hours starting in an hour. I got an hour left of this, so we can fight all fucking night. Come on up. I'll start a second one. I got a fucking extra energy drink in the fridge. Let's fucking go. You guys want to fucking act like my time is worth listen. Just mark this day on the calendar, everybody. March 4th. when I went fucking dark again, because I'm done. I'm done being rational, right? I'm not going to scream and act crazy, but you're going to see I'm not. If let's all right, we'll play the game. Let's play the game.
Distributed between the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 9th here on this lot.
Yeah, this was another one of our AIDS trips because Ira was on it.
Yes.
Are you throwing shade at me right now, Mike?
Oh.
I don't think he is.
So if you could just describe what you
Give me a
recall about the circumstances of this trip.
I love how I go to get up to go make a coffee and switch to my phone. And I have a Galadriel laying on my lap and have no idea how she even got there.
Oh.
I don't even know how she does it. I just look down and she's there.
Can you refresh my memory about what stops were actually taken?
Yeah, the countries in question are Russia and China. I think the final stop was Beijing. I do not, off the top of my head, recall what each of these airport codes are.
What does this Apple Watch record? How many shakes per second?
Russia to Hong Kong, Chengdu, Beijing.
See, so that'll help with Marte's Fitbits.
Yeah,
Maybe just take Parkinson's and be
that's
good to go.
hilarious.
Right? See that in comedy, that's a call a callback.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Parkinson's for
Do it
everyone.
again.
Brussels to Oslo, to the middle of Russia, Tormachevo, to Hong Kong, to Chengdu, to Beijing.
Got it. We stopped in Europe, and as I remember, that we did something with Brussels as the parliamentary capital of Europe, and I think we did something with the EU, and then Oslo was important because the Norwegians had funded a project that we did for them, for the Clinton Foundation.
Shout out to the chat. Always looking out for the panelists, brighten the mood when there's a whole bunch of nonsense going on. So we can always rely on the chat.
You should date me because I'm so far out of your league, you would be lucky to date me. Hi, I'm Elizabeth. Call me Beth only. What kind of man am I looking for? I really don't know. Hopefully a good one. I have never been in love with anybody before or any of my siblings. But
The hell was that?
You throwing shade at me, 10th man?
Right?
You fucker?
My name is Elizabeth. I go by Beth. He's turning out.
You know what's interesting? My name is just Beth. You're muted. I see you moving shit around, but we don't hear you saying nothing.
Hold on a second.
Oh, there he is. Our fearless host. Ladies and gentlemen, please donate to 10th Man. He has had a very, very stressful day. A couple stressful days, as a matter of fact. See, we don't like watching these disgusting excuses for human beings. And, 10th man puts up with a whole lot of flack while he's watching people that he genuinely finds revolting. So you should send him your money.
I didn't hear much of that, but I did hear "send me your money," and that is definitely what you should do.
Yes, I
watch this. I'm gonna
drifted
make
for
coffee.
you.
Thanks for us.
For
Good.
you. Because
Oh,
I
wasn't
think
that
you
nice?
need it. You deserve it right now.
Some money right now would be good because I'm in a badass mood. All right, let's play this. I need 3 minutes to make coffee.
for
Throwing shade at me.
and they asked us to try to develop a plan for Leningrad. And we did
What kind of plan, Mr. President?
an AIDS plan because Leningrad had a very high AIDS rate because it was near the ocean and people were coming in and out. And I think that's what happened then. And then we went to China, and I'd been doing a lot of work on China, and it was very interesting because the Chinese were eager to get into this and yet scared. It was very interesting. We could have been, if you were in Russia and China, you could have been in rural America on AIDS at the time. They were very reluctant to discuss this, and all hung up about it.
Pause it for a minute, 10th. Or shit, you're out. I'll be back in probably about 20 minutes. Gotta run the store.
Okay, we'll be here.
All good.
Okay.
The national government asked me, they said they like you out in the country here. Because I had been there in 1998 and had a big trip. And he said, we want you to go out there and be photographed on state television playing with children and talking to their families about AIDS. So that's what this whole trip was about. So I was doing that. And it was, I think, I'm almost sure that's it. Because and then we stopped in Hong Kong on the way out, right?
Hong Kong and Beijing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that context. Is it correct that while on that trip, you did not witness or become aware of sexual abuse of any kind?
No, we were all busy as crazy. I mean, I never saw anything like that.
Thank you. We have a few events for which we don't have exact dates. I'll ask about them one at a time. CNN has reported that in July of 2003, Ms. Maxwell co-hosted a fundraiser for your presidential library, and Mr. Epstein may have attended. We don't know whether or not you attended that event. Do you have any recollection of attending that event?
I don't. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't remember anything about it.
Thank you. An investigative journalist named Vicky Ward has claimed that Miss Maxwell accompanied you on a trip to India sometime in 2003, including to the Taj Mahal, and that you traveled for that trip on a private jet owned by billionaire Ron Burkle. Do you have any recollection of the trip I just described?
No. But I want to be forthright here. I was, the first thing I did in the way of public service after I left office was to try to help India.
Go ahead, crack baby. I lost my phone. Give me a minute.
Deal with the aftermath of the Gujarat earthquake, which happened literally 4 days after I gave up the White House. And so I called the Prime Minister of India, who was a friend of mine, and he said, I need help. I've got to build schools and hospitals, and I can't do anything in the small towns and the middle-sized towns and the rural areas. I only have the money to do something in the big cities. So I'm not saying I did or didn't do this. I have no memory. But I also I don't want to mislead anybody. We were doing tons of stuff. And we needed to finance it. So I can't say that I didn't do it.
Thank you. In your 2024 memoir, you said that by the time Epstein was arrested in 2005, that you had stopped contact with him. When do you recall being the last time that you had any kind of communication with Mr. Epstein?
The last time I remember was with him was sometime in 2003.
Attorney Brad Edwards, that's an attorney who's represented many of Mr. Epstein's survivors.
Excuse me, counsel, I believe there was a misstatement there. The book says who in 2008 had been convicted and jailed in Florida, not 2005.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Attorney Brad Edwards has represented many of Mr. Epstein's survivors. He claimed in a 2011 filing that he believed the Justice Department possessed some kind of correspondence from you from 2007 or 2008 on behalf of Jeffrey Epstein. At any of the various points when Mr. Epstein was under investigation, did you or any of your representatives ever submit any correspondence to the Department of Justice on his behalf?
I have no memory of that.
To your recollection or knowledge, did you or your representatives ever have any other communication with the Department of Justice regarding Jeffrey Epstein?
Not that I remember, no.
CNN has reported that in 2007, Ms. Maxwell co-hosted a fundraiser for Secretary Clinton's presidential campaign in New York City. We believe that Christina Aguilera may have performed at that event. Do you have any knowledge or recollection of attending that event?
I don't.
There was an email released as part of the DOJ files recently that suggested you may have attended a party at Ghislaine Maxwell's home in October of 2009, and that publicist Peggy Siegel, as well as Jeff Bezos, may have attended. My only question to you is whether you have any recollection of attending a party that I just described.
Is this her home in New York City?
It would be at Ms. Maxwell's home in New York City.
I have no memory of that at all.
Thank you. It's been widely reported that in July of 2010, Ms. Maxwell attended your daughter Chelsea's wedding in Rhinebeck, New York, and that she accompanied billionaire Ted Waite, who was, at least at the time, a family friend of yours, and you've described a little bit today. You, of course, were at that wedding as well. Do you have any specific recollection of interacting with Ms. Maxwell at that wedding?
No, I was an emotional wreck. I was just trying not to fall off the little, what do you call the?
So Crack Baby, I apologize for shutting down earlier, but I don't really know you. And I don't know your chat. And I don't know, like, I didn't want to flip out while I'm restreaming other people's channels and stuff. So I had to shut down and go have a shower and let things cool off for a minute. Because I don't want to, because I have a tendency, I sometimes let my mouth get a hold of me.
I watch you good enough to know that I don't care. If you let it go, you let it go.
I got a hate speech strike last year when I got. So.
I was about to say, dude, I've watched you long enough to see you go off.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't. I don't do that when I'm restreaming other people's channels, right? I try not to. So anyway, let's go.
Right.
Pallets.
Yeah.
The dais?
No, the wooden.
I can be professional.
We walked on the grass with. I knew she was there, and she and Ted were there.
And what was your understanding of her relationship with Mr. Waite at the time?
Well, I thought they were together, and I think Chelsea and Mark did too. And there.
It's also been reported that in 2011, your advisor, Doug Band, instructed an aide to remove Ms. Maxwell from all attendance-related lists for Clinton-related events. This was reportedly in the wake of Virginia Roberts Giuffre and allegations that she made at the time against many people, including Ms. Maxwell. Do you have any memory or knowledge of Mr. Band's instructions that I just described?
I don't.
Thank you. That takes us through most of the known timeline of your relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. There's just one more topic I would like to cover. That is the Clinton Global Initiative. In 2007, Mr. Epstein's lawyers claimed that he was part of the original group that conceived the Clinton Global Initiative. Would you agree with that characterization?
No.
Can you elaborate a little bit on why you would not agree with that?
I wouldn't agree with that because the first time I ever discussed what became the Clinton Global Initiative was with Doug Band and the rest of our small group on the way back from Davos. And Doug said we should have a meeting like this in New York at the opening of the UN. And we can make a lot of money because you don't have to go to Davos. You can meet all these people over here. And I said, I want to do it for an entirely different reason. It's fine if we make money, but the most important thing is that we give serious people a chance to go to meetings and actually make commitments to make positive change. I'm tired of going to meetings where everybody just bloviates and doesn't ever do a damn thing. So if we can figure out how to do that, I'm interested. And then we got, a team. There was, to operationalize it, it was Doug Band, Mary Morrison, who had worked for me in the inner office at the White House, and a man named Ed Hughes, who was a wonderful young guy who stayed with us the whole 12 years. And they were working on how to stand up and do the mechanics of this. And my job was to try to get some people who would come that people would want to hear and see, and try to, make it exciting and make people actually want to make commitments. And so I think it was at that point that Ghislaine may have gotten involved. I don't know. You can ask them about it, but I'm just telling you how it began. It began with Doug said, let's do this and make money, and me saying, let's do this and make commitments.
I think the question, Mr. President, which you've answered was Jeffrey Epstein involved in the
At the time, no, not at all.
Thank you.
But I do not know what happened afterward.
It has been publicly reported that in 2006, Mr. Epstein made a $25,000 donation to the Clinton Foundation. Do you have any specific knowledge or recollection of that donation?
No, I saw it I saw that it was reported. I don't know.
Thank you. With respect to Ms. Maxwell, and you just touched on it briefly, she told DOJ last July that she was, quote, very central to the startup of the Clinton Global Initiative. Would you agree with that characterization?
I would agree that she worked hard. I now know. I didn't at the time, because I was working on the other, as I explained, I was working on a whole other part of this.
If I could ask you to limit your answer to your knowledge at the time.
At the time, I did not know it.
Thank you. The New York Times recently reported that in 2004, Ms. Maxwell arranged a $1 million payment to an events company called Publicis Group, and that the payment may have had some.
I'm also seeing that this is partially a humiliation ritual as well. Same shit they put Biden through. I think it's part of their magic spell with the blood rituals, with the blood sacrifices. Some kind of weird shit.
Some connection.
Anybody else?
I second that.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's some kind of weird ass shit that they got to do. Like you got to do. you got to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around, and you got to do it a certain way, or else it's not like gentlemanly. That's why they tell you what they're doing, because the gentleman.
But that's within a lot of even within like celebrities and all that. They all go through this like some type of a humiliation ritual. Yep.
With the first Clinton Global Initiative conference in 2005, the reporting suggests that Mr. Epstein may
somehow they all end up with black eyes too.
It's what?
I said somehow they all end up with black eyes. Like,
are you talking about the panda?
Not black
conspiracy.
guys, but black eyes.
No, I heard you.
Yeah, the black panda conspiracy.
Is that Austin back again?
Yes.
Hello, dear.
I emailed you.
What was that?
I emailed you.
Okay. I'll hit it up. I didn't quite have time to.
the payment. Do you have any specific memory or knowledge or recollection of the $1 million payment I just described?
No.
It's also been reported that in September of 2013, at a Clinton Global Initiative conference, Ms. Maxwell was recognized as a Commitment to Action partner for her work on behalf of the Terramar Project, which was an ocean conservation nonprofit that she founded in 2012. Do you have any memory or knowledge of that conference?
I do.
Great. Could you describe a little bit what you recall?
Yeah, because this shows you how
finger to the head.
The lane for everybody.
See, this right here is a perfect case for specifically why I say that LLCs and corporations shouldn't exist. They just get to go, I don't know where that $1 million came from. Unbeknownst to me, I have no idea. There's other people that do this type of work. I'm just Bill Clinton. I'm just a lawyer. I'm just the president. I don't get any security briefings. I have no idea about this guy that's at my daughter's wedding. I have no idea about nothing. I allow all these weird-ass people to honeypot my whole family. Don't know a thing. Never took part in any of it. I don't even know where I am right now.
Right.
People are just supposed to accept this nonsense. I'm not going to accept this nonsense.
I can't. I mean, they know everybody who comes around them. They know their fucking entire family names. Like I said, they know when they take a shit, for Christ's sake.
So just somebody can just walk anywhere and just go with the president.
President Clinton can walk into my. I can go in President Clinton's house without being clearanced, apparently.
And they just call down.
From what he says, yeah.
Yeah, no, let him in. Don't even check his ID. Everything's fine. And no one pays any attention to it. It's fine. No, what it is that's what actually happened. And there's no record of it. So can't prove anything.
The first, she was still with Ted Wade, and he was still heavily involved in ocean work. So that was sort of an incentive, but she had organized this group whose objective was to, in effect, take two massive islands made of metal and junk out of the Atlantic. And they were floating around. One of them had gotten to the Caribbean. They were floating around and all this metal. So that was what she was trying to do. That was a good idea. And she was recognized for that. The fact that she was recognized was not particularly remarkable. Everybody who makes a commitment goes through a photo line and gets recognized.
Did you have any personal role in Ms. Maxwell's recognition at that event?
No, I might have been in her room by the time she got it, but it wasn't. No, they put the recognition in that room. I remember this specifically because it was where all the ocean freaks were, all the people that cared about this, that wanted to be.
The ocean freaks.
Those things announced.
By ocean freaks, you mean people who are passionate about the ocean.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean that. People who were passionate about doing this. It was great. And
what did they think they meant? Aliens? What? I don't get it.
being derogatory is all.
Yeah, they wanted it was a little derogatory, so they wanted to like clear it up and make it more respectful.
I guess.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Because
think
it's good to care about the ocean.
Do you have any
Yeah.
additional knowledge or recollection related to Ms. Maxwell's role at that event?
no.
Reportedly, in February of 2014, you had dinner with Ms. Maxwell and others in Los Angeles at a vegan restaurant called Crossroads Kitchen. That dinner may have been organized by your then Deputy Chief of Staff, John Davidson, perhaps around 20 guests. Do you have any recollection of the dinner I just described?
I had a lot of dinners like that in Los Angeles, so I don't remember that specific one, but whenever I went to Los Angeles, I tended to have a dinner someplace in public with a lot of my friends just to keep in touch with them, keep going.
As far as you can recall, when was the last time you had any form of communication with Ms. Maxwell?
I think it must be a decade ago, it may be even longer, I don't know, but it was a long time.
Thank you.
Mr. President, it's a pleasure to be here and quickly on a lighter note, point of personal privilege. My birthday is November 5th, 1974, which shouldn't mean anything to you. But what it means is that I turned 18 2 days after the election and I couldn't vote, and I'm still upset about that. So on behalf of my mom, I apologize. She was a little slow. President Clinton, as counsel noted at the beginning of this deposition, Donald Trump posted on social media that he wanted Attorney General Pam Bondi to investigate you and other prominent Democrats in order to distract from his own close ties to Jeffrey Epstein. That post was previously marked as Minority Exhibit B, which you already have.
Yep.
President Trump's post refers to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes against young girls and women as the Epstein hoax. His post also completely ignores several other high-profile individuals, including Republicans and allies of President Trump, who were known to have had relationships with Epstein. In fact, the Epstein files contain numerous officials in the current and previous Trump administrations who have connections to Jeffrey Epstein, including Howard Lutnick, RFK Jr., Steve Bannon, Tom Barrett, Kevin Warsh, and Mehmet Oz, to name a few. President Clinton, to your knowledge, has the Trump administration done anything at all to investigate these other individuals with ties to Epstein?
Well, I wouldn't be in a position to know that. That's the truth. As I said earlier, the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong. I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there and let everybody see where we are.
And had you had any conversations with him since the early 2000s about this subject matter?
No.
And then my last question is, Howard Lutnick recently went so far as to lie about his close connections with Jeffrey Epstein, but the truth came out with the release of the files. President Clinton, is Howard Lutnick still employed as Secretary of Commerce in the Trump administration, to your knowledge?
I think he is.
And in your opinion, why has Donald Trump ignored these other prominent figures who've had close ties with Epstein?
He's asking your opinion, Mr. President.
Speculation.
Lutnick runs a big company and has made a lot of money and has supported him strongly. I don't think he believes that he's done anything bad enough I think he thinks he took his family to the island and he couldn't have done anything wrong. That's what I think he thinks. But I'm speculating. I'm doing what I have no business doing because I really don't know.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
That's okay. I can do it.
Can
Thank you. I'll speak up. Thank you, Mr. President, for being here, for your service. I'll be brief. I think most of the pertinent questions have been asked today. I want to talk about transparency. You and Secretary Clinton were both very clear about your desire to testify publicly before this committee. In fact, on February 6, 2026, you posted on social media, quote, "I will not sit idly as they use me as a prop in a closed-door kangaroo court by a Republican Party running scared. If they want answers, let's stop the games and do this the right way in a public hearing where the American people can see for themselves what this is really about." President Clinton, why do you feel it is important for you to testify before this committee in a public setting?
Because I think that first what happened with Jeffrey Epstein was horrible. What he did and what Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted of, it was horrible. We can't tolerate it in America and shouldn't. We ought to keep doing as Hillary talked about yesterday, trying our part to get rid of that kind of trafficking around the world. Secondly, I was on the plane. It may be that I've said something today that gave you some indication that would.
Hold on. If I'm not supposed to believe that he's involved in any of this, then doesn't that mean that I could also believe that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't involved in any of this and that Jeffrey Epstein never actually existed because I never met the guy? So it might just be a CIA front and this guy never actually existed and all of this was just orchestrated like on a fucking Mission Impossible movie? No, I'm asking a serious question.
Yeah, no, that actually could be a possibility.
If these guys aren't involved and they, like all the other stuff I said earlier, then that means that maybe Jeffrey Epstein never actually existed in the first place.
Except that he does say he was on his plane. He does admit to that.
Maybe they just got rid of him.
He never met the guy. He was never at that island. Or he met the guy maybe once or who knows.
Maybe you know what I mean? The island didn't exist.
Oh yes, maybe it was an illusion the whole time.
And Trump says it was a hoax. So obviously, like something's going on that everybody's trying to distract from here.
It's the aliens.
That Jeffrey Epstein never existed. These guys are the good guys, and they have all of our best interest at heart.
So our government has, our military has technology that's capable. Our satellites are capable of zooming in, like to a hair. Like you could zoom in to anyone, right? At any given time, they could run back. They have satellites all over the place. There's no hiding in this world. There's no hiding.
That's why. So how did the children go missing?
So they let them go missing, of course.
Right. So, just saying, or none of that's real, and those kids just get taken by Pennywise.
And this is just entertainment for us.
Yes.
Every time there's a school pew pew or anything like that, and they can't find the shooter, that's all bullshit. They could run the fucking satellite imagery back, zoom in, and see exactly where that shooter's at. They have this technology.
I believe that. Yeah.
It's all bullshit.
1,000%. They've got it in infrared and shit. So they can't follow that heat signature? Okay, because he's fucking Tom Cruise.
Help change policies or something. So I thought it was important. But I also think people know that there's been a little bit of zig and zag and ambivalence about, how we should, how hard this thing should be put out there. And I'm not pointing a finger at anybody. I'm just saying we know that. And so I think it's important.
I knew something was going on.
That we get it all out.
So to be clear, this committee issued a subpoena to the Department of Justice to release the full and unredacted files last summer. There's also now the Epstein Files Transparency Act that asks for the same that President Donald Trump signed into law. But still, the Department of Justice under this administration has not released all of the files, and there's been many illegal redactions. Do you think that we, of course, as Congress and the American public should get the full and unredacted files immediately?
I think unless there is some serious danger of physical harm to one of the victims, or some national security interests involving intelligence. Because you've heard these, that some of you think that there's some intelligence issues, national security issues. I think the rest of it ought to be gotten out, and I think we just need to get to a point where we can put this behind us. And then I think I hope you can and will help build us a system that works in America the way our international system works with us in trying to identify and stop human trafficking and trying to make people whole once they've been damaged.
And not a question, but just in response, the law is very clear about the identities of the victims.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Department of Justice has wrongfully released some of that information, including personally identifiable information, while illegally redacting names of potential co-conspirators. So
They're going to kill me for saying this, but I think it's important to think. It's entirely possible that people in the Justice Department, I don't agree with on nearly anything, right? But it's possible that they didn't intentionally cover some of this stuff up. But it's hard to accept that when you look at the other problems in dealing with the information. So you guys got to clear that up, clean it up, decide how you think it should be handled.
thank you.
So
They're going to kill him for saying this? Do you think he meant that literally?
quote from the
Yes, he did.
memoir, I think it was accurately quoted in the first instance. The full
Maybe I missed it.
He just said they're going to kill me for saying this
Exactly.
before that last rant. And given the track history, he may not have meant that figuratively.
Victims. Unfortunately, the Department of Justice has wrongfully released some of that information, including personally identifiable information, while illegally redacting names of potential co-conspirators. So
They're going to kill me for saying this, but I think it's important to think. I think it is entirely possible that people in the Justice Department, I don't agree with on nearly anything, right? But it's possible that they didn't intentionally cover some of this stuff up. But it's hard to accept that when you look at the other problems in dealing with the information.
He meant the lawyers. That's what he'll say. That's what I would say he meant.
That's what he'll say he meant.
Yeah. Clear that up, clean it up, decide how you think it should be handled.
But they're talking about co-conspirators.
Yeah.
So before we go off the record, just one clarification. It's more just for counsels. The quote from the 2024 memoir, I think was accurately quoted in the first instance. The full sentence is, quote, he, meaning Mr. Epstein, hurt a lot of people, but I knew nothing about it. And by the time he was first arrested in 2005, I had stopped contact with him. And that's the end of the sentence. That's page 373. So that's just for counsel. And
My apology.
Oh, not at all. And with that, we can end this round and go off the record.
We'll go back on the record. Mr. President, during the last hour, there was a discussion related to your book with minority counsel, and I just want to read the excerpt into the record. And just a quick question for clarification. You said, I had always thought Epstein was odd, but had no inkling of the crimes he was committing. He hurt a lot of people, but I knew nothing about it. And by the time he was first arrested in 2005, I had stopped contact with him. We understand that Mr. Epstein was arrested in July of 2006. Can you explain the discrepancy?
You're asking him to fact check his own program?
Correct.
Okay. I mean,
No,
Can you explain it?
I can't. I'm sorry, we made a mistake.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. President, Congresswoman Nancy Mace from South Carolina, thank you for being here with us for hours today. I know it's been a long day, and I know that we're going to wrap up soon for you. Did you know one of the witnesses who testified in the Epstein cases that Epstein said, you quote, like them young? Why would Epstein say that about you?
are you asking his opinion? You're asking him to think about why Mr. Epstein would say
Correct.
something
Why
about
would,
him?
why would Epstein say that
So
about
she's
the
asking you
president?
to try to be in Mr. Epstein's mind and guess at what Mr. Epstein would have thought about it.
He only likes them young, referring to girls.
They asked him to speculate before. What's different now?
First of all, that's not true.
Because this is theater.
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage, I said young.
But it's still not true.
Is an intern young?
Yes.
Okay.
At my age,
Did-
anybody younger than I
Did
am.
you
is
know
young.
Jeffrey Epstein instructed a witness to deny you were ever on his island?
He didn't have to since I was never there.
Did you ever travel to Zorro Ranch?
Is that the one in New Mexico?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Have you ever flown on anyone else's private jet 26 times or more for overseas trips?
I have flown as many miles on other jets, but never with as many stops.
How many other people's planes have you used, like Epstein 26 times or Miles, etc.?
I don't know. I did with Steve Bean, who's now deceased, and probably with 4 fellows.
Okay, so maybe about a half dozen billionaires total. So, how many dinners did you have with Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein in attendance?
She's asking to the best of your recollection.
I have no idea.
Okay, did you ever discuss sexual misconduct allegations made against you with Epstein or Maxwell?
Never.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer to help manage or silence women who made sexual misconduct allegations against you?
No.
Did Epstein or Maxwell ever offer financial support directly or indirectly to legal defense funds related to impeachment proceedings or civil actions against you?
Not to my knowledge.
Do you think a young girl massaging a president is unusual?
So are you asking his opinion?
Well, he
You're
was
asking his
massaged by a
opinion?
young woman. I'm asking if he thinks it's unusual that a president, sitting president of the United States, leader of the free world, that
So
it's
I'm sorry,
unusual a
are you
young woman
speaking
would be-
to, are you talking to the instance of the
Yes, is it unusual that
the
a young
back
woman would be
massage
massaged?
that occurred while he was not president? I'm just trying to understand. You said a president of the United States.
Former president?
Thank you. Just trying to make sure we're correcting the
Are you
time frame.
filibustering?
No, I don't need
Okay.
to. I'm actually trying to make
I
sure
think
that as
that's
you,
pretty clear. He said
you said he was a
young-
sitting president.
Excuse me, could we just please go one at a time? Thank you.
You said a sitting president. I want you to be clear so that when he
Shut
answers.
up, bitch.
Is it unusual?
I have
Objection.
no idea.
It calls for speculation.
I figured. Did you ever think that all these women around Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell was odd, unusual, weird, or creepy?
There weren't all that many around when I was there.
How many would you say is not all that many?
I think on this big plane that was working long hours, having 2 to 4 people on there, I thought was, as far as I knew, they were all helping.
Flight attendants in tank tops and jeans, right?
No.
Do you believe you were a victim of a Jeffrey Epstein intel operation? Do you think that you might have been like caught up in some of what he was maybe potentially doing?
Excuse me, Congressman, which question are you asking?
I'm asking
Intel
if the-
operation?
First of all, I don't.
Some type of intel operation. I'm just curious because it's been speculated on today and
I
yesterday
understand.
that he may have been an intel asset. Do you think, perhaps knowing what we know now, the proclivity of it all, that he may have been targeting you as part of an intel operation?
I doubt it.
In 2019, you stated after he was arrested, I guess this would be the second time, you stated you knew nothing of Epstein's, quote, terrible crime since you only met, quote, briefly on only, quote, 2 occasions. Was this statement false?
Excuse me, Congressman.
That's not an accurate statement. Can you
That
please
statement?
share us what you said?
Yes, in 2019, as reported by the media.
Which media?
This says this is the.
Could you share a copy of it, please?
Okay, Daily Beast.
media.
The title of this is Bill Clinton failed to mention his intimate 1995 dinner with Epstein.
We can give counsel and the witness a moment to review the exhibit.
Well, we'd like the statement. I mean, he put
Yeah,
out
I
a
don't know
statement
anything about
in 2019, full statement.
And it will be marked exhibit 22.
So to be clear, the basis of your question is a news article with respect to the Daily Beast as to a dinner. Is that accurate?
Nope, it's a question in the first paragraph, which reads, hours after Jeffrey Epstein was arraigned Monday on several sex trafficking charges, former President Bill Clinton publicly downplayed his relationship with the pedophile financier, saying he knew nothing of his terrible crime since they only met briefly on 2 occasions.
And that's in the Daily Beast.
Correct,
that
which
not
is in
correct?
your hand right now.
Right, that's what I just said. Thank you.
Well, what would
What's
you
your
like to
question?
know?
So my question is, you stated you'd only met Jeffrey Epstein in 2019. You said you'd only met him on 2 occasions. Was this statement false when you made
To
it?
be clear, this is a news reporting that is saying that that's what he
Did you
said.
make this statement in 2019?
Congressman, would you put in the statement that he made? This is a news report.
Okay.
It's double hearsay.
Did
So
you make the statement in 2019 as reported by the media?
So you're asking whether or not he made a statement to the Daily Beast?
Nope, it says, quote, it's quoting him or his office, etc. Are you denying you made the statement?
It's quoting a sentence. If you put in the entire statement, that's all we ask. To be fair, give him the statement, not somebody's report of it. I have no idea what the Daily Beast take is.
Answer the damn question.
Broader than this, and they relied on only a portion of it. They relied on only a portion of his full
And that's
statement.
the portion I'm focusing on.
Well,
He said
then-
it only was with Jeffrey
So
Epstein on
it's
2
actually a
occasions.
misrepresentation of his entire statement.
Well, can you let your client answer the question?
Well, can you ask it in a way that would make it clear that what you were
I'm being
actually
very
asking
clear. His statement said
is
he
the
met with
broader
Jeffrey
question
Epstein.
of what did he say?
He said he briefly met with him only
No,
on 2
The
occasions.
Daily Beast selected that piece
So
out.
are you denying that the president made the statement?
What I'm saying is that there is an entire statement. That's the statement on which the president spoke to.
Would you like to provide it to this committee?
We're happy to provide that committee.
Okay, I would like to ask the president this question. Was that a false statement that you made in 2019 that you only met with Jeffrey Epstein briefly on 2 occasions?
Object to the basis of this question.
Wait.
This is, you're asking him about a news article, not the
It's
statement he
quoting
made.
him. It's quoting the president of the United States. Are you
Quoting a
denying? Are you denying the president made the statement?
I'm
Are
telling
you denying he
No,
made the
I'm
statement?
telling
I
you-
want to know.
No, I'm telling you that
Are
the
you
president
making a
made a
false
full
statement
statement. You are selecting a piece of it. Let's put in the
My
entire
source-
statement.
I wasn't in federal office in 2019. I was not a part of this committee. I was a state house rep from Goose Creek, South Carolina, and I'm quoting open sources that I have. To the best of my knowledge, I'm not rich with a bunch of attorneys, okay? I'm doing the best that I can to get the information I can, and I'm asking if the president was telling a lie in 2019 when he stated to the public he'd only met with Jeffrey Epstein on 2 occasions.
He didn't say to the public, you're misrepresenting.
Let me be clear.
And there, right there, perfect example. Perfect time for the train to go by too. See if it does its horn.
Toot toot.
No, they say, "Oh, go fight it in court." Blah 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 blah. She just said, "I am just a representative. I'm not rich with a whole bunch of attorneys," because she has no power as an elected official. This rich former government official has more power than that elected congressman. Realize that, everyone. Our government has no power whatsoever. I'm not American, but our governments have no power whatsoever. This is a perfect example.
Asking about your right to ask him any question, but don't do it on the basis of a news article. The news article is quoting his statement.
So is the news
It's
article
quoting-
lying? Is the news article
lying.
false?
It's false if you take it to mean what you say, which the statement did not do.
Do you understand English? I'm
I
serious.
think I do.
I
I'm
don't
not from
think you
South
do.
Carolina, but I think I do.
Did you make a statement, Mr. President, in 2019 that you only met with Jeffrey Epstein twice? I'm asking a question a different way.
I have no idea, but I think that when I answer that, I don't believe I remembered anything about meeting him in 1995.
So when making a statement about Jeffrey Epstein in 2019, would you have checked with your staff on maybe White House logs about the 17 times he visited, dinners you had with him, fundraising that you did with him, fundraising dinners he was on, you were on his flights 26 times. Would you have checked with your staff before making such a statement, or would you just?
Congressman Mays, what statement are you talking about? Are you talking about the entire statement that he made in 2019?
Ms. Mays, can I just ask you for the record? Can I ask you for the record?
Excuse me.
Ms. Mays, can I ask you for the record? Can you read the article into the record, please?
I'm not going to read the article into the record.
Well, Ms. Mays, you are indicating that this article misrepresents the piece. Could
You've
you
not
read the
asked
article
anybody
into
to
the
read an
record?
article into the record. I'm not going to do that. You've
Well,
not
this
done
is the
that yet.
basis
I'm not
on which
going
you
to.
rely.
You're not in charge of me. I am quoting
I'm
from
not
this
seeking to be in
article.
charge of you. Believe me, that is something I would not at all
Don't even try.
seek to be. So I want to be respectful. But I am asking, if you're asking him to speak to this, can you please put the entire article in the record?
The entire article is in the record as an exhibit. What exhibit number is this?
22.
22.
And yet,
Counselor,
It's already in the
question has
record,
been
Counselor.
clarified to reflect only the small portion of the larger statement, to whatever extent the witness is able to answer to his recollection of that portion of the statement and any preparation that occurred to make that statement.
so in other words, what you have just articulated, that the question's been clarified by Ms. Mace or by you, that what is intended is to actually only be speaking to the selected piece out of the entire statement that was released by the president's office. Is that what you're clarifying?
That's what I'm focused on, yes.
Okay. So if you read this, you really want to know is if I was at a dinner
No, I don't. My question was
that
about
Ron
your statement.
Perlman
No, sir.
gave.
No, sir. I'm not asking about that dinner. I'm asking about the statement at the beginning of the article. I would like to ask another question. Your statement in 2019 about only meeting with Jeffrey Epstein on 2 occasions briefly.
That is not
was
a correct. I'm going to object to that characterization.
I believe-
That is not what the statement says.
Okay, so the
You're
third
reading the Daily
paragraph
Beast
down,
article.
So to be
which
clear,
the leftist rag, by the way, and on the third paragraph down, it says, in his Monday statement, Clinton said he had only, quote, one meeting with Epstein in his Harlem office in 2002, and around the same time made one brief visit to Epstein's New York apartment with a staff member and his security detail. Those are the two.
That is in
that were
addition to
referenced.
so the Daily Beast, Bill Clinton failed to mention his intimate dinner,
Statement
1995
described
dinner with Epstein. That's by Pilar Melendez on the 11th of July, 2019.
All right, Mr.
What-
President, your statement saying, only met with Epstein briefly twice. Was that part of an effort to cover up your close relationship with Jeffrey Epstein,
Object
correct?
to the form of the question. Misstates the record.
I bet they traffic kids from Africa.
Mislead the public.
79% chance.
And the reason I say that is because I know damn well he didn't pick a black female attorney to be his. Somebody did that.
Oh,
And yeah.
Oprah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And all of her,
I thought the woman,
schools,
from Gone
all of
with
her
the
girls' schools in Africa.
Yeah, I thought the woman from Gone with the Wind that said, "I don't know nothing about birth and babies," was Oprah.
Opa.
Okay. How many times did Ghislaine Maxwell visit your home in Chappaqua?
I have no idea.
Who invited her?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how, she may have been,
Mr. President, that's it.
Okay.
Hillary had political events there.
Okay, so is it to your knowledge, was she at your home in Chappaqua likely because your wife had her over for Senate events? That's what you testified earlier today, correct?
That's not what he testified, but please ask the
I would
question
like
as
him
to
to
what he would
clarify.
actually, thank you. I appreciate that.
I did not know, but if you are implying the reverse, I will volunteer something. She was never in my house in Chappaqua for any personal reasons.
I never had sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, you didn't?
I trust him.
Thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. I
It is a
appreciate
compliment.
Thank you. And I did not go to Yale Law School or any law school for that matter. So yesterday, your wife testified that Ghislaine Maxwell was never at her home. And I believe you stated earlier today, you thought if she was over there, it would be for Senate events. So was your wife falsely testifying yesterday?
Mischaracterizes.
So he doesn't have the benefit of his wife's testimony yesterday.
Secretary's
so unless you all are going to provide the transcript, or you're going to actually provide that information, he's not in a position to.
His hands are up.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You said you postured that maybe it was for her Senate. I'm going to have one last question, Mr. Chairman, and then you'll take over. I believe you stated today on around, I know it's been a number of years, on around 2008, you ended, or before that, ended any communication with Jeffrey Epstein, correct? Around the time he got arrested or right beforehand. And he was arrested for child sexual prostitution or hiring girls for sex or one girl for sex, correct? Roughly, child sexual exploitation. If you were aware in 2008 that Jeffrey Epstein was having sex with kids, and you knew of his close association with Ghislaine Maxwell, why would you still associate with Ghislaine Maxwell, who you essentially like your Doug Band? She was the body man to Epstein, Doug Band was the body man to you. And why would you allow Ghislaine Maxwell to associate with your daughter up until, 2004, 2015? You knew he was a bad guy. Why would you allow your daughter?
Excuse me, what's the period in which you're saying he would have known that Jeffrey Epstein
After
was a bad guy?
2008. So up until Ghislaine Maxwell was involved with CGI until 2015. And we confirmed today that he had a dinner with Ghislaine Maxwell in LA in 2014. So he's still hanging out with a close associate, the closest associate to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
But
I guess the question is why.
What? Question.
It's because they don't get any security briefings or nothing. It's not like 24. It's more like the Beverly Hillbillies. They just take somebody out to the cement pond. If they sink, they know they're a witch. That's it. Like that's how the government works.
Yeah, he interrupts with but, not with no.
Yeah, but
but
I don't
however,
remember that, so it doesn't count.
Yeah. But listen, we don't give a fuck. Shut up, bitch. That's what I would do if I was this rich and 80 years old. I'd just be like, yeah, I just came here. Just tell you to go fuck yourself, and then just piss on the table in front of me and walk out.
Right, he only got a good few years ahead of him anyways.
What are you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Look at how messed up his nose is.
Came to the wedding.
Yeah.
No, that was I didn't even
Old man Krusty's.
Why are you putting words in my mouth? You're smarter than that.
No.
Thank you.
Let's roll this back.
I think-
This is a good exchange.
The body man. We're aware in 2008 that Jeffrey Epstein was having sex with kids, and you knew of his close association with Ghislaine Maxwell.
And that's not true. See, there's no evidence of that. That's what Denizen pointed out yesterday. Is they're making these accusations with zero substantiated evidence whatsoever. And they're able to do that just because the guy's dead and they can't be sued for defamation. I mean, I guess they could by his estate, but how are you going to do that?
Why would you still associate with Ghislaine Maxwell, who you essentially like your Doug Band? She was the body man to Epstein, Doug Band was the body man to you. And why would you allow Ghislaine Maxwell to associate with your daughter up until 2004, 2015? You knew he was a bad guy. Why would you allow your daughter?
Excuse me, what's the period in which you're saying he would have known that Jeffrey Epstein
After
was a bad guy?
2008. So up until Ghislaine Maxwell was involved with CGI until 2015. And we confirmed today that he had a dinner with Ghislaine Maxwell in LA in 2014. So he's still hanging out with a close associate, the closest associate to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
But
excuse
I
me.
guess my question
Excuse me. Is the question why Maxwell came to the wedding? Is that the question?
No, that was I didn't even.
That needs some clipping right there.
Why are you putting
Oh, no, we didn't even bring up the wedding. We're just talking about the fact that, like, so there's no security checks on the former president's daughter. This is the worst Liam Neeson movie ever.
She even went on
Typically, don't they
vacation.
have guards with them anyways?
She even
Or, like,
went on
protection?
vacation with Maxwell.
Yes. And no one pays any attention. It's just like, listen.
But
this
she
will
was
all
just a
blow
plus
over.
one for somebody invited to the wedding.
Okay. They don't do
Yeah,
any security
bullshit.
checks on the former president, probably multimillionaire, if not billionaire. He's got none of the security people check the people that she's going on vacation with.
Hey, as somebody that works as a proper security, I've worked at parties and we check lists and we check and verify who's on the list. So if they're not doing that, I don't know what the hell they're doing.
One of two things. Either they're a bunch of liars, which is the most likely, or they are just literally skimming by the skin of their teeth to not have people abducted. That's why I believe that terrorism isn't real. I believe that if terrorism was real, there would be way more terrorist attacks. But it's not real. It's your own governments doing these things to make you scared and be scared of terrorism that doesn't actually exist.
Yep. They got to instill fear.
That's what I believe.
Words in my mouth. You're smarter than that.
No. Let me finish. I think, first of all, when the wedding occurred, she was with Ted White, and she was for several more years. We did not know when Epstein was arrested that she was still involved with him. I think that clears a lot of
How about that she was ever involved with him? Oh my God.
There's a logical explanation.
So there's your fucking Five Eyes and Patriot Act. They're not even paying attention to any of this.
Dude, Clinton knows he was on that plane and Maxwell instructed one of the girls to rub his neck. It was just a neck rub. And she looked old enough, so hey. Fucking A. It's bullshit.
Oh, this is almost over.
No. And I'm sorry for what she did and what she allowed her life to become.
Why would you be sorry for it if you're not complicit? Whoa. Why would you say that you're sorry for someone else doing something that you weren't aware of? Sounds like some guilt there. Sounds like some guilt that you know that's something that oh, no. I don't say I'm sorry that somebody said something on my panel that made someone sad. I'm not sorry that no. Why would I be sorry that someone else said something on my panel that made you feel bad? That don't make no sense. That's fucking manipulative as shit.
What question? I promise I'm done. I was severely and heavily duped by an individual in my life about 2.5 years ago. It's very publicly well known. You graduated from Georgetown and Yale, correct?
Yeah.
How do you think Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein duped so many powerful and smart people, fully connected, powerful people all around the world?
I really don't know. But I don't know. I've thought about it a lot. And if you can figure it out, I'd like to know.
Thank you, Mr. President. And Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Yeah.
Point of privilege.
I would like to say, since you made a great deal out of all this Ivy League stuff, I'm also the last president ever to live in a place without indoor plumbing.
There's a full statement which we'll be happy to provide for the record that it might be that Representative Mace is unaware of, but the full statement says President Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes Jeffrey Epstein pleaded guilty to Florida some years ago, or those with which he's recently been charged. In 2002 and 2003, President Clinton took a total of 4 trips on Jeffrey Epstein's airplane, 1 to Europe, 1 to Asia, 2 to Africa, which included stops in connection with the work of the Clinton Foundation. Staff and supporters, Secret Service detail traveled with him on his trips. He had 1 meeting with Epstein in his Harlem office, 2002. Around the same time, he made a brief visit to New York. That was the full statement. Ms. Mace was selecting portions out of the statement or relying on an article which only shows certain portions of the full statement.
Ms. Luna from Florida.
Mr. President, I just wanted to do a couple of follow-ups. Regarding your personal conversations with Mr. Epstein, you said that he wanted to discuss economic and political questions. Was there ever a particular region of the world or topics that he wanted to recur address?
I do remember that he was interested in the 2 places that I was setting up the AIDS work in Asia and Africa. In Asia, he wanted to know if I thought it was going to be the 18th century and the thing would be sustainable. And in Africa, he wanted to know whether I believed that you could have broad-based prosperity there, whether they could achieve something that they'd never achieved before.
It seems that Mr. Epstein also had asked a similar question about America's prosperity and economic policy. Did you feel that when he was asking questions, particularly maybe pertaining to the regulation of our stock market and or derivative trading, did he on a number of occasions come back to that and maybe pick your brain about policy or future policy here in the United States?
No more than any other big issue. I knew that. I mean, everybody lives in New York with money, and look at, he made his money advising Les Wexner, so he had to be interested in markets.
Okay, and then I know that Ghislaine was a little bit more probably chatty with you. Did she ever share a similar interest to Mr. Epstein on economics or political topics of discussion? Were there any reoccurring topics that you felt that she was wanting to focus on?
Not that I noticed.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Good.
Just see the way chat went into the chats. I just want to caveat that this is supposed to be say of the victim. It's a continuation of a sentence.
No, that's
no.
not
I
what
know.
that's saying.
I know. It's a continuation of a sentence.
Fuck.
However, this may have showed up in chats. This is not. See, it's of credibility of the victim. Just for everybody's future reference. I'm just correcting things as we go.
And see, it sucks. You can't erase shit out of freaking StreamYard.
Yeah, we just deal with it as we go. Don't worry, I got this.
Sorry, y'all.
A lot of topics today, and I'm going to walk through some topics we've already covered, just to ask some questions for clarification.
Okay.
First, during your relationship or the time that you knew Mr. Epstein, what did you understand his job to be?
I'm not sure I knew. It was never clear to me. But he could have been living on investing the profits he'd already made. I knew he was a finance guy.
And you just testified to Les Wexner being one of his clients. Did he ever make any other representations about who his clients were?
No, but I never asked either.
During the time that you knew him, did Epstein ever provide you with financial advice?
No.
Did he ever provide you with tax advice?
No.
Did you ever personally receive money from Mr. Epstein?
No.
Did Mr. Epstein ever loan you money in your personal capacity?
Not to my knowledge.
So to be clear,
I'd like to point out something very strange. Both he and Hillary have fucked up left eyes. Both their left eyes all fucked up and red, but not the other eye.
They get slapped by the same master.
I find it, I just noticing the details.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Jeff Bezos has that going on too a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
and throughout today's questioning, we talked about the various properties that Mr. Epstein owned. You testified to have visited the Manhattan townhouse. Is that right?
Yes, I did go there once.
And just for clarification, it's been reported and what we've seen from the files from the DOJ, Mr. Epstein decorated his home with creepy and disturbing artwork. Did you notice anything unusual as far as his decor at his
Keep in
residence?
mind, I was only on the first floor, ground floor. I did not see anything like that there in any of the rooms that I saw.
It's been reported that Mr. Epstein had cameras on his premises. Did you notice any cameras at the Manhattan townhouse?
I didn't, but that may have been the whole point.
Mr. Epstein apparently rented a property in Boston at one point. Did you ever visit that property?
No.
Did you ever visit Mr. Epstein's apartment in Paris?
No.
Did Mr. Epstein or Ms. Maxwell ever invite you to his property in Paris?
No.
Did you ever visit Mr. Epstein's home in Palm Beach?
No.
Were you ever invited?
I mean, I got this and then a Wired article about blood harvesting, the dark virality of Hollywood blood harvesting. But then so the man issues warning after 5-day cocaine binge left him with devil eyes and almost killed him. So I mean,
Remember-
you know,
Well, snorting that
Remember-
shit up there and busting them capillaries. Well, that's what that will cost some.
Remember the news
bleeding.
article of the
and the
people?
left side of his nose is fucked up too, just like Artie Lang lost his nose. Go ahead, sorry.
Remember that fucking news article about that guy who was found running down the street in a hospital gown screaming, "They're trying to kill me," and it turns out the hospital had a wing where they were fucking
Yeah.
harvesting people?
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
By Epstein or Maxwell to visit the Palm Beach property.
I don't think so.
Did you ever visit Ghislaine?
Trust me, there's a reason why a court made a judgment of $1 billion against Alex Jones. So smack everyone in the face and tell them, shut the fuck up. Don't ask questions.
Maxwell's New York townhouse?
Just let them harvest the people, damn it.
I don't even know what that is.
Why don't you mind your own business?
You don't need any homeless in your community.
You're about the only thing
Let them eat their Big Macs.
about Jeffrey
They're inconvenient.
New Mexico Ranch, and I never went.
They're asleep. They don't know what's happening to them.
They like it.
Did
They're going to make you look at
New
it.
Mexico Ranch?
Oh, God. Thanks, Marte.
Just saying.
I didn't go.
You had to.
I know we did.
By then, I didn't.
See, that's why
Nobody
Dusty's
else
show is
wanted to
way
look
more
at it.
fun
We
than
had
my
four
show.
things.
That's why Dusty's show is better than my show, because he has fun on his show. My show's no fun at all. Every once in a while, we have a little bit of fun, but mostly it's nightmares from hell. Back-to-back nightmares from hell.
Go.
No shit.
I'm just saying.
Was there a reason?
That's why I call you Heavy Flow.
I didn't. I think it was as we got closer to the end that he said something about it.
Mr. President, in 2005, police in Palm Beach, Florida,
I'm just
began
old.
investigating Epstein. In July 2006, Epstein was arrested for the first time for soliciting prostitution for minors. For the record, prior to Mr. Epstein's arrest, were you aware of any investigation into Mr. Epstein?
No.
On October 20th of 2005, police executed a search warrant for Mr. Epstein's Palm Beach, Florida home. Palm Beach Detective Joseph Carey spoke out about his belief that Epstein was tipped off about the raid since multiple computers expected to be at the house were missing when the search warrant was executed. To your knowledge, was Mr. Epstein tipped off about the October 20th search warrant in Palm Beach?
Is that something you know?
I don't know. I don't know. It's the first I've heard of it.
They're only asking for your knowledge.
No, it's not. It's not the first time you heard of it.
Mr. President, did you ever make any kind of attempt to influence the media's coverage of Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
At this time, I'd like to introduce what we've marked as Majority Exhibit 23. And this is Bates number EFTA 02792895.
One page.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I don't know who that is.
Fuck, all of a sudden these guys get questioned. They don't know anything. They don't
That's
know
what I'm
anyone,
saying.
anything. They don't know where they're at. They don't know anything.
Do you ever see that cop that arrested Jeff Gray in front of the fucking city hall?
Maybe, I don't know.
And then when they take him in for the deposition, he just goes, I don't recall, I don't recall, I don't recall, I don't recall, like very, very flippantly and like antagonistically, as in do something, bitch. And that the only difference between him and this guy is they're better at pretending that they give a fuck.
Yeah.
The cop just don't give a fuck. This guy's pretending.
That alleged that you walked into Vanity Fair and threatened them not to write sex trafficking articles about your good friend Jeffrey Epstein. Mr. President, is this true?
No. No. Not,
How do you know it's true if you don't remember, dummy?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Because he says he didn't do it.
Have an opinion about this. To face point of mine. Can we not do that? Like ask him about the facts that he knows, as opposed to asking about the facts in other people's minds.
Here, I'll show you right now what you're seeing. You're seeing this.
I'm sure I've seen this guy.
Here, period.
Hey.
I'll let you know.
Do I have to leave?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm instructing you. I'm giving you a lawful order to leave.
And if I don't leave?
You're going to
Oh,
jail.
this is God bless the homeless vets.
All right, Mr. Jeffrey, you're free to go.
Jeff Gray, yeah.
Can I go? Can I stay? No, you cannot stay. You got to go. So I don't go, I'll go to jail. All right.
On your road.
I'm giving you a lawful order and I'll come back.
Mr. Gray said that he would like to stay there. Do you remember saying that you're not going to stay here, period? And why was Mr. Gray not permitted to stay there?
I can't recall.
Was Mr. Gray on a public sidewalk?
Yes.
Is City Hall a public property?
Yes.
Why was he not free to stay there and continue what he was doing?
I'm not sure.
But you told him that he wasn't.
See how his eyes change?
In his head, it's just like those monkeys that are clapping the fucking things together.
Just
His
saying.
mouth covered when he talks.
But look how his eyes
Hiding.
change
He's trying to hide what he's saying.
from when he says, I don't recall, to when he goes back into, I don't give a fuck about you. Watch.
You're not going to stay
Watch. Eyes like, oh, I'm listening. I'm really taking part.
here, period. And why was Mr. Gray not permitted to stay there?
I can't recall.
That's
Watch,
disdain.
watch his eyes. Watch
On a public
his
property.
eyes,
Yeah, that's disdain.
and watch it gets
City
worse in the
Hall
second
a
one.
public property.
Yes.
See?
Why was he not free to stay there and
Darker
continue
and darker. That's
But
I
you
don't
told him that he wasn't. And
Watch
now-
his little slow rocks that he does too.
yeah.
Then
He said they're like,
Everything's I don't recall.
you had to leave, and you said, because
motherfucker.
I'm giving you a lawful order to leave. You remember saying that?
Yes.
All right. What was your authority for a quote lawful order that he must leave the public sidewalk on the public city hall?
Sure.
I'm retarded. I'm
Then-
mentally retarded. I don't know.
That if he didn't leave, he was going to jail again. You remember saying that?
I don't recall.
You can't cite to me any authority that lets you, as a sergeant for the Waveland Police Department, to give a lawful order not to come back to public property.
No.
Jesus.
Is that Waveland Police Department or City of Waveland, Mississippi policy to tell people that they can't return to public property? No. Well, what was your basis
He really doesn't give a fuck.
for telling Mr. Gray that he couldn't?
He's just bad at hiding it. This is all cops and government representatives. He won't make it to like in the field unless he learns how to hide that. You got to be able to smile while you kill.
Yeah.
Stay there, and he had to leave the property under a lawful order.
I don't recall.
You didn't have any authority. to
So
tell Mr.
cute.
Gray that he couldn't stay or that he had to leave the property, did you?
No.
But he will kill you. Heard that, right? Heard that.
He's not a
You
good
had
enough,
no lawful
psychopath.
authority to do this, right? Nope, but he will kill you if you don't do what you're told. He will. He'll kill you. And most of the people out there will support him in killing you.
They'll
Just so
clap.
you know.
We've learned they'll clap while they kill you.
Yes, they will clap while they kill you.
Back to blue.
I don't recall.
Yep, till it happens to you.
You didn't have any authority to tell Mr. Gray that he couldn't stay or that he had to leave the property, did you?
No.
But they'll kill you for it if you don't do what you're told.
Mr. President, have you ever asked any other publication to shut down the story related to Mr. Epstein?
No.
And by any other publication, counsel, he's answered the question about Vanity Fair, correct?
Yes.
No, absolutely didn't.
Okay.
No.
Hell no.
This is like a Saturday Night Live skit.
Yep.
Mr. President.
Why did he have a painting of you in a dress?
In Epstein's case, to any government officials, including those in the Department of Justice or Florida
Y'all
State
were
Attorney's Office.
like pals.
On June 30th of 2008, Epstein pleaded guilty in Palm Beach County, Florida, state court to 2 felony charges, 1 count of solicitation of prostitution and 1 count of procurement of a person under 18 for prostitution. He was subsequently sentenced to 18 months in Florida County Jail and began serving his sentence on June 30th of 2008. To be clear, you have not had any direct contact with Epstein after his arrest in 2006. Is that right?
That's correct.
After his arrest or after the publication of when he went to jail in 2008? Can you just clarify the dates there?
I will ask another question. To be clear, you have not had any direct contact with Epstein after his arrest and when he was incarcerated in 2008.
Yes, to the best of my memory, that's correct.
Are you aware of any effort by Epstein to contact you while he was incarcerated in Florida?
I'm not.
Mr. President, who is Arnold Paul Prosperi?
I think that he's a son of a guy I went to Georgetown with.
Wow, what a lie.
Paul Prosperi. I think that's right. And I saw in all these things that my staff gave me that he was mentioned, but I don't think anybody said anything to me. I have no memory of that.
So is it your testimony today that and actually, let me back up here. So according to jail logs, Mr. Prosperi visited Epstein at least 20 times while Epstein was incarcerated in Palm Beach County Jail between 2008 and 2009. Based on what you just said, is it your testimony that you believe that to be the son of the man you went to college with?
It could be. But he didn't talk to me.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last week, Lex Wexner testified that Jeffrey Epstein often name-dropped powerful people to give himself an air of credibility.
Yeah, see, I even just did a quick AI here because I'm like, this is fucked up. We're almost done. It's just a few more minutes. But I go, have any women directly accused Bill Clinton of Epstein stuff? Right? Just type in what I think. It says, as of early 2026, no victims or survivors of Jeffrey Epstein's have publicly and directly accused Bill Clinton of any sexual misconduct or abuse. Right? And it goes on. But like, why aren't I saw 31 people stand up and say they're not taking our accusations seriously. Yet we're calling this guy in that has no accusations against him whatsoever. Someone want to make that make sense?
They need a throwaway guy.
It's humiliation ritual.
Did he ever do that to you? Brag about it?
Like I said, now, as far as anybody regular plebes that are out there on the street are concerned, as of when this deposition is done and when this goes and blows over, every crime that Hillary or Bill Clinton have been accused of, they have now been absolved of, as per 99% of the population of Earth. That's what they believe now. Right after all is said and done, they're going to say, "Well, they were already testified in front of Congress. If there was anything that they did wrong, they would bring it up." They don't understand how any of this works. That's how this is a humiliation ritual to take both of their crimes and absolve them of any responsibility. And the history books will show 100 years from now that they were absolved of all crimes.
People he knew in high places, kings, princes.
Yeah, he did a little bit.
Okay. Going back to what was mentioned earlier about the search warrant on October 20th in Palm Beach for Jeffrey Epstein. Mrs. Clinton testified yesterday. I think she mentioned that it appears he got a sweetheart plea deal, and I don't think anyone on this committee would disagree with that when Alex Acosta was the U.S. attorney down there. And we've already deposed Mr. Acosta, and we've got the transcripts and everything. There's a lot of speculation, as had been mentioned, that he may have been tipped off prior to the search warrant, that Epstein may have been tipped off. Are you aware that whether or not Sandy Berger may have tipped off Jeffrey Epstein?
The president just testified that he was unaware that anybody had been tipped off. So are you asking
Well,
him to?
This explains why I was asked yesterday about him. But no, I don't. I know nothing about that, and I wouldn't.
Mr. Epstein was indicted by a grand jury on July 19th, 2006, according to an IRS Form 990 filed by the COUQ Foundation, a known Epstein entity. Mr. Epstein donated $25,000 to the William J. Clinton Foundation 1 day prior to Mr. Epstein's indictment. Are you aware of this donation?
Yes, sir.
Just triple checking.
Hey,
I
real quick
wish
before you
everybody.
start.
Yes, of course. Yes, go ahead.
Oh, my apologies. You go first. It's
No,
your
no,
show.
this is no, sir. No. I was just going to say, if everybody would come up when they come up, either flip your camera on, or when you see that the banner's up, say something, because it's up for a reason. It's to wait to see if that's really you. So go ahead.
I wait.
You're very
I
good
only
at
wait
that.
for.
You're very good.
I only wait for acknowledgement just because I can't know if you can see my camera when I'm backstage or not. So.
Sometimes yes, but if not looking, I got 3 screens. Anyway, go ahead, buddy.
Oh, hey, what happened to your show earlier, brother, man? You guys were talking, and then out of nowhere, the show just ended.
Can you stick around for 7 minutes? Less than 7 minutes till this is done, so I can get this out of the way.
Yeah, most definitely. I would love to. I'll gladly stay and listen.
Because this video is specifically the reason, along with other things, but the fact that I just want to get these 2 gosh darn depositions done. Took 12 hours to get through 4.5 hours yesterday.
My apologies.
And I watched the last 20 minutes at the end of the show after everything had calmed down, right? And I was like, I got to get this out of the way. I don't want to start with the end of the Hillary one, right? So we get this out of the way. It's like 5-6 minutes, then it's completely done, and then we're gonna maybe have a conversation about that.
No, that
I would love to.
Wait, I have a question.
It showed that he'd given $25,000.
When did you become aware of that, Mr. President? Were you aware of that?
No, now. I mean, when I was preparing for this.
Yes, sir. Did you solicit that donation from Mr. Epstein?
Not personally, I didn't know.
Did someone else solicit it?
I have no idea.
Do you know why Mr. Epstein made that donation?
He's asking you to speculate about what
No,
Mr.
I
Epstein
don't.
would be thinking.
We try to raise a fair amount of money every year to pay the bills.
It seems to me that as investigators were narrowing in on Mr. Epstein, he may have been trying to earn some goodwill with you. What do you think about that?
It wouldn't work.
Right. Did it ever seem to you that Jeffrey Epstein was trying to suck up to you or get on your good side in order to further his schemes?
No, I didn't think about it that way. I thought he wanted to do what he said. But he was, very idiosyncratic.
Right. After his arrest in 2006, did you have any further contact with Mr. Epstein?
I don't believe I did, no.
Did anyone affiliated with Epstein, including Miss Maxwell, contact you on behalf of Jeffrey Epstein to discuss his arrest and the allegations against him?
No.
Did they ever ask, either Jeffrey Epstein or Miss Maxwell ever ask you for their assistance once Epstein was in trouble?
No.
Or once Miss Maxwell was in trouble?
No.
Did Jeffrey Epstein ever attempt to contact you while he was incarcerated in Florida?
No.
He didn't attempt ever to contact you?
Not as far as I know, no.
Yesterday, during the deposition of Secretary Clinton, she suggested that we follow the money with Epstein, because there's a big question. How did he accumulate so much wealth? And I think you had testified earlier, and if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, that you didn't really know how he made his money. I mean, he had a big plane, and
I knew that he had made an extraordinary amount of money from Les Wexner, who was quite wealthy. I had no idea whether he had made enough to support the lifestyle that I saw.
And I assume you're aware Mr. Wexner testified under oath that he acted like he really didn't know Jeffrey Epstein very well, and which is kind of hard to believe because he paid him a lot of money. And
yeah, he made it.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. Well, one of the things when we concluded the deposition yesterday, we asked Secretary Clinton, for her advice moving forward in the investigation. And with respect to a statement she said yesterday, it was something that we've done on the committee, the majority has done on the committee. In the past, we followed the money. We subpoenaed bank records. We've subpoenaed suspicious activity reports from Treasury. Those were some of the things Ms. Clinton suggested. And in order to do that, obviously, we have to subpoena banks, specific banks for specific accounts. Do you ever recall in the conversations you had with Mr. Epstein, any particular bank that he was affiliated with, or any particular big banks that maybe he had deals going?
No, he never asked me about that.
Okay.
And with that, we can go off the record.
We can go back on the record. Mr. President, I just wanted to clarify one thing from the previous round. Our understanding of your testimony
she's back.
is that with respect to the dinner with Ms. Maxwell in Los Angeles, you were not actually sure whether or not that dinner heard. Is that correct? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. As we start to close, is there anything you would like to add or clarify about what you've said here today?
You're good. I think we're fine. I'm struggling because it's hard to know exactly what I knew when I knew it, and what I've learned since. It's become a kind of a compelling challenge, but I've tried to tell you what I knew then, and when you ask what I think now, I think you have, all of you, Mr. Chairman, you've had a chronologically challenging thing. You've got all the stuff that happened with Jeffrey Epstein, some of it as regards to President Trump going back to the late 90s. And that's a long time ago. And then what we learned later. So it's been difficult, but I have enjoyed it. You've been very respectful to me and given me a chance to talk to you.
Enjoyed it.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.
Enjoyed it.
If you can think
Yeah, I was questioning that choice of word.
Oh my God.
He got to reminisce about his old days, guys. Quit picking
I
on the
told
poor old
you.
fucker.
I told you that's what he was going to do.
He came, he saw, and he came again.
We just got to figure
That's what I said at the start of all of this.
So
Sure did.
And the answers that you provided today are to the best of your
That's
recollection.
it.
Is that correct?
yeah, the answers I provided today are what I believe at the time and what I think was in my heart, including about previous testimony.
Great. Thank you. Unless there's anything else you would like to share, we can go off the record.
I would like you to share your personal security number.
All right, I'm going to an AA meeting. Bye.
Oh, you're leaving?
Later, Austin. Have a groovy night, brother.
Bye, Austin.
See ya. I got to go to a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you, babe.
I don't
Keep
have
on
to
it.
go, but I want to go.
You should if you feel you need to. Yes, you should.
Keep on it. We'll be here later. Much
All
love.
right. Just remember, Austin, AA is not for quitters, it's for doers, and I believe in you.
Me
Thanks.
too.
Bye.
Bye, hon.
Always listen to what everyone else says and not me.
Oh, we love you too, Cupcake.
Sure. I almost just called you the F word.
Do it. You won't. Because you know I'll laugh at you.
Oh,
You know I'll agree with you. I'll laugh at you, and I'll put on my best gay face, and you'll get mad.
That said it.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come.
Classy. So now, I assume you missed the beginning of my show. This episode, part 2 of the Clinton deposition, Bill Clinton depositions. And I had explained how, because I'm streaming to both Crack Baby Go and Beth, I didn't feel comfortable losing my mind. So I thought the best decision was to shut down my show and go have a shower. So that's what I did.
I give you permission. Go.
Oh, no, he already did it.
Yeah, Harry did that.
Yeah, I missed it. So I don't know what happened after I left.
Well,
I didn't know he had listen. A whole bunch of things happened all at the same time.
Oh God.
And I'm dealing with the dynamics of running a panel at the same time as trying to do a whole bunch of shit. And then isn't throwing shots. Mike's throwing shots. Landry comes up. He's a fool.
Is it part of the discussion that happened yesterday?
Yes.
All right.
And so then Mike rage quit, and then I rage quit because Mike's my friend, and I'm not liking if people don't feel comfortable coming here.
I didn't like what was
That's
said in my
why. That's why I called Denizen New Bones a while ago. Now, Denizen's not the only one that's culprit, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has good and bad days, right? So I try to just mitigate all of it. But you got two people throwing shots, and then one of the last things I said was, Mike, you're doing this so you don't get to complain later, right? Because let's say Denizen, like people were talking about, is having a bad time right now. Who knows, right? I want to show him grace. That doesn't mean you have to let him be abusive. But that's why I asked Mike to come up, and he didn't. He's probably asleep by now. Because what I don't understand is if somebody says, let's just pretend I don't already admit that I'm an alcoholic, and someone says, you have a problem with alcohol, man, and I go, why would my problems be any of your business?
It's only a problem when I run out.
I'm not the one that has a problem right now. So projection. That's all. That's what I would say, right? So I think that people are bad at arguing, so they would rather fight than argue, right? Just because they're bad at arguing. So I just figured rather than make a fool of myself and attack everybody on the panel at the same time, like a normal barbarian, like I would normally do, I just said, story to the people who like me and the ones who don't, oh well. And I just walked away. And one of the last things I said before I shut down was, this right here, what's happening right now, is exactly why I walked away for 2.5 years. It's got all these people and their conflicting personalities. And if I sit here and actually pick these people apart, they're all going to cry. And then Denizen goes, I'm not scared of you. Well, every single fucking person that's ever said that to me in my past has become scared of me. So all you're doing is challenging me. You're literally standing in my house, pissing on my shoes and saying, I'm not scared of you. And it's like, okay, so you want me to make you scared? Like, I don't understand what the discussion is now. We saw how that turned out last year. And I'm supposed to just walk away. That's why I flipped the last time I was drunk, because I'm always expected to be the bigger man and just walk away, or take my lumps, or take accountability, and blah 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 blah. But I don't see anybody else holding anyone else accountable except for me. And the reason is because I'm open to the accountability, and all of you accept when people will not allow you to hold them accountable. See, I show vulnerability and I allow you people to come at me, whereas these other people will ban you, kick you off your panels, not come to panels that you're on, scared to death little bitches. There's a lot of these people around here. And I ain't shooking none of you bitches. But I do not like when people manipulate situations to make it seem like I'm the bad guy, and then make my own people that I associate with on a regular basis. And then they work behind the scenes, and I'm not making any accusations, but the truth is 97% of these people on these internets are slimy pieces of fucking shit. And if I actually start calling everybody out for everything that I fucking see, ain't nobody going to come to my show, just like it was before, because I tore everything to pieces and burned everything around me. And then people say they're not scared of me. But then when I make them scared of me, then I'm the bad guy. Right? I'm the bad guy.
You sound like
say, why do you take it so serious, 10th man? Because you just challenged me. You literally said, I'll do whatever the fuck I want, bitch, and you can't do nothing. And then when I do something, then I'm the bad guy. So I guess I'm just the bad guy. That's why I was so mad when I was drunk.
Said doo-doo.
That's why I was so mad when I was drunk. Because I'm just expected to just like Sarah said, it wouldn't be a big deal if I wasn't pissing in our own group, right? And it's like, oh, okay. So can we say that about every? And I'm not saying Sarah said anything wrong. She's right. But are we going to hold everybody to that same standard, or just me? Is it just me that gets held to that standard? What's that?
I said I would hope you guys would hold me to that standard. To be fair, like I would hope I would be held at accountability standard. If I say something off tilt or off fucky, or if I'm not genuine about something, I feel like I should be held accountable for my actions, just like everybody else should be held accountable for that.
Hi, random sock account. That's probably somebody we even know, but is too much of a coward to come into on their real account. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know how to do sock accounts. I'm too retarded for that.
But it's incessant, right? And they all think they're so smart, and they're, oh, look how smart I am, right? And then when I finally am the one after I listen to someone mouth off, that's what I mean is, like, should I message Dennison? Let's message him. If you are available, sir. So I'm trying not to talk shit about him when he's not here, but let me see here. Do this one. I don't even know how to use Discord. Here we go.
I understand where you come from, kind of, because like I'm the type of person that kind of keeps calm a lot of times, but then even though I get frustrated, I try to keep calm. But then there's that one time or a few times where I just erupt and people look at me like I'm crazy because I finally go erupt. But everything I go crazy about is the right thing, and nobody can complain about it because I'm telling the truth.
Yeah, but see, this is the problem. I hold a grudge for years. I don't. Even after we make friends again, I still have that grudge. It never goes away. I hold on to it forever. I still hate people for shit that happened more than 40 years ago.
I used to be like that. I'm not gonna lie.
So, anyway, yes, we can have some fun, but it might go right back to nonsense. I did message Dennison. I think I've said enough, unless anybody else has any more questions. I'm just telling you, I don't even like being on YouTube. I hate doing this. I started doing shows again last year because people that were on Dusty's show and on Orthodox Guy's show said, hey, you should do a show. Right? And I'm like, I don't really like doing shows no more. And then I took a couple raids from Dusty's here and there and kind of felt it out, and things were going good. And then I had the 3-week war, and then all the hijinks that went along with that. And then I came back before Christmas, and now I just feel like the same things kind of happening again. And I just don't know if I'm really like I said yesterday before I started my show yesterday, I said, on Pluto, they put all the Stargates up. I had to have a discussion with myself before I started yesterday's show. Do I just leave YouTube right now and watch Stargate for the next 6 months?
I gotta tell you, 10th, I actually can empathize with what you're saying. I found myself being pretty fucking short-tempered when it comes to bullshit lately.
I understand.
It does get under your skin real fast, especially when it's like you're trying to do so much stuff, and
well, that's
some
the thing,
people
Lou.
make it miserable, right?
That's the thing, Lou.
But there's some people who I fucking love to death, and I want to be here for it, and I want to do this shit and have a great time with them.
When I went to have
make it miserable.
When I went to have a shower and said, oh God, what am I? Beth tried to call me. I declined. I walked up to the shower. And I'm like, okay, why is this getting to you? Because I want to tear people to pieces. Why do you want to tear people to pieces? Because they're acting like children. Why are they acting like children? Because the world is a terrible nightmare.
Yep.
How can I resolve this? 2 ways. Walk away or show them who the king of motherfucking YouTube is. And I've decided I have no choice but to show people. Like, there last year, I first came to Dusty's. Everybody loved 10th Man because he tore people to pieces. Then everybody loved 10th Man because he made them laugh. Then everybody hated 10th Man because he attacked an American. And then I went a little crazy for a while. And then I tried to stop going crazy. And I'm like right on the precipice, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right on the edge of madness right now.
I only giggle because I get it. I actually fucking get it.
Because that's what I was saying. I just wanted to get this fucking stupid Clinton thing out of the way. And I'm like, just let me get this out of the way. Because I want to do this. I want it. Like that 6,000 to 8,000 meter discussion. I want to have that discussion so bad right now.
I think it was great. And thank you for letting me restream to my channel. I really, really appreciate it.
Me too. Thank you very much.
As well as for helping me with shorts.
Oh, no problem at all. That literally takes me, like I told you, 5 minutes per short. I just go chop, resize, boom, and then upload. Oh, goodness. Oh, that's something else.
Just become our daily go-to hangout, you know?
What's that?
Being over here on your channel.
Oh, yeah, and what I was saying to Lou is I have a lot of good people like Lou and Tot and Beth and my new friend Crack Baby Go and Mike. And, you know, I hate to be that guy to say things like, if everybody else is saying that you're the problem, maybe you're the problem. But, you know, maybe I'm the problem.
I think the world is the problem, right? It's poisoned, if that makes sense. And there's the only thing we can do about it is try to navigate it and fight our way through climbing uphill in the snow and ice all the time, year round. And you know what? Fuck it. We got this.
5 miles uphill both ways into snow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I know.
That's how we roll.
There's a billion people in this world, and billions of people in this world, and everybody got an opinion, and everybody think they're right about their own opinion. So I mean,
Yes, like
it's always going to be
your
conflict.
opinion of me is not my problem; it's yours. So
Yeah, like I think it was Marcus Aurelius that said like everybody has an opinion, but everyone doesn't speak the fact or something like that. I might be misusing the quote that he said, but it's something in that way.
Just because everybody has an opinion doesn't mean all opinions are valid.
Yeah, basically.
If I say that's wet, and you say that's cold, and I go, yeah, it doesn't matter what temperature it is, though. It just matters that it's wet. And you go, no. The temperature is what I want to talk about. And I'm like, okay. I don't know what to do. So, is that enough for today? I think we've done enough. because I
Hey,
don't think
we got
Denison's
through
coming.
the
Yes.
we got through the Clintons.
Yep.
Hallelujah.
I gave Denison like 10 minutes, so we shall see where we go from here. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow.
Yes, sir. See you later.
All right. All right.
Train rides, motherfuckers. Everybody, don't forget, when they come to put you on the trains dead of night, they're pounding on your door. They say you got to get on the train because you have coronavirus or whatever random thing that they wrote a piece of paper that says you have to get on the train for. And you're not going to be able to call anybody to clear things up because business hours are 8:30 to 4:30. You can go fuck yourself.